Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. This is Blitzball Champ back at you with a brand new video. And today, I'm going to be doing a little recap of my time this past weekend at GalaxyCon 2019 at the Raleigh Convention Center in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. So, let's go ahead and get started. Please forgive my voice, a little bit stuffy. But, so, GalaxyCon, formerly known as SuperCon, but I believe now SuperCon is exclusive to Florida now. So, henceforth, the name change. Um, this was July 25th through the 28th. Even though I only went the first 3 days, I didn't go Sunday because I ended up going to a WWE NXT live event in Concord, North Carolina. So I skipped the fourth day. I was originally gonna go all 4 days because I had gotten a 4 day pass, but ended up going to the wrestling event on Sunday. So it was all good. It was all cool. Uh, for the most part, the weather was pretty good. It wasn't crazy hot. I mean, it had its moments, but it wasn't crazy hot. So, I was definitely happy for that. It didn't rain either, so it was definitely a great weekend to have a good big con. So, was definitely happy for that. Uh, I really enjoyed GalaxyCon. Uh this was definitely a really good con. Um, just to go into some of the things that I did. Of course, main priority for me was the exhibition hall, the meet and greets, stuff like that. So I knocked out the biggest portion of my meet and greets on Thursday and Friday, with one to go on Saturday. But got some pictures taken, got some stuff autographed as well. So yeah, let's get into showing what I got autographed. So first, Adam Crosdale, the voice of Ignis Saintia from Final Fantasy 15, autographed my deluxe edition of Final Fantasy 15. So thought that was cool. You might not be able to see it, but it's in the upper left corner. So thought that was really cool. Not a lot of people in his line when I went over there, but got to talk for a little bit. It was pretty cool. Uh, Next up, Sonny Chiba from the original Street Fighter collection. And there's the autograph. He used a calligraphy pen, so I thought that was pretty cool. I had to really make sure it was good and protected because, the ink is very sensitive. But thankfully, it worked out. And, yeah, he was really cool. I actually thanked him in Japanese, so I thought that was really cool. Great guy, great guy. His line wasn't long at all. It didn't seem like there were many people in his line. I was kind of shocked. Judith Hoeg, the original April O'Neil from the first Ninja Turtles movie, was there. I have this. I mean, I know it's four of the Ninja Turtles movies, and I only know she was in the first one. But still, why not get it autographed? You know what I mean? Why not? So, thought that was really cool. Her line was a decent size, but got to talk to her for at least like 15 minutes. So, that was really cool. But the headliner autograph that I got is for my Final Fantasy VII Avid Children Blu-ray. So, I got it autographed by 3 people. George Newbern, who did the voice of Sephiroth. Christy Carlson Romano, most of y'all know her as Kim Possible. She did the voice of Yuffie Kizaragi. And my favorite, oh yes, the voice of Tifa Lockhart, Rachel Lee Cook. So I got all 3 of them to sign my Blu-ray. So that was definitely a moment. And I got to talk a good while to all 3 of them. It's just really cool to see how great the celebrities interact with their fans and actually take time to get to know them. So it was really, really a great moment for me. I also got 2 pro photo op pictures from some WWE superstars, which they had some there for this event. We got my Irish crush, the man, the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, and one of my favorite tag teams ever. They are North Carolina natives. Can you guess who? You probably did. From Cameron, North Carolina, Matt and Jeff, Team Extreme, the Hardy Boys. So that was really awesome to get a chance to meet those 3. They also had Charlotte Flair, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman as well. They also had Ric Flair. Ric Flair was there. I got to meet him. So that was really cool. They had some other wrestlers there too. They had Road Warrior Animal. They had Arn Anderson. They had Mick Foley. That's who I can think of at the top of my head. But they also had a bunch of wrestlers from Queens of Combat. They had Zeta Zhang. They had Savannah Evans. They had Veda Scott. They had Ariel Monroe. They had Solo Darling, Faye Jackson. Even Kelly Klein from Ring of Honor was there. She wrestled. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, there were a couple of celebrities where the lines were just extremely long the whole weekend. For example, Chris Sabat and Sean Schimmel, pretty much the voices of Vegeta and Goku, their lines were packed all weekend. Justin Brenner, who did, I believe, the voice of is it Deku from My Hero Academia? I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list. But yeah, their lines were packed all weekend. So I think the only times that their lines were like small was like maybe like Friday evening just before the exhibition hall closed down for the evening. But yeah, they were packed. But yeah, also I went to a couple of panels as well. Let's see. I went to a 90s pro wrestling trivia panel, which that was pretty cool. That was very interactive. The guy did a pretty good job running that panel. I went to the Judith Hoek Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles panel. Was not a lot of people in that panel. I was kind of surprised, but it was still very interactive. And yeah, it was all cool. It was all really cool. Let's see. Oh, went to the Overwatch Q&A panel. So the Overwatch voice actors that they had were Josh Petersdorf, who's the voice of Roadhog, and Angeli, I can't pronounce her last name, but she's the voice of Symmetra. They were supposed to have Chloe Hollins, but she couldn't make it because of visa issues. She's the voice of Widowmaker. But It was a good panel. It was a good Q&A panel. It actually got invaded by Team Rocket from Pokemon, from the Fantasy Super Cosplay Wrestling, or Fantasy Cosplay Super Wrestling. I don't know. I think I got them backwards, but yeah, from that group, they invaded that panel, so I thought that was pretty entertaining. Uh, Went to the Dragon Ball Z Jeopardy panel, which I honestly felt was poorly ran because like the teams were just not organized well, and the host just really did a really bad job of just really running the game. You know, I mean, it was still entertaining, but she did a bad job. She did a bad job. Um, let's see. Went to the went to both WWE Superstars Q&A panels. The first one was with Becky Lynch, Braun Strowman, and Seth Rollins, um, which I did get a chance to ask a question, and I asked Becky Lynch, um, what was it like working with Asuka, since I really enjoyed her match at Royal Rumble with Asuka. Excuse me. And she pretty much talked about how she enjoyed working with Asuka, that she hits hard and she has a lot of energy, so your cardio has to be high level. But she hopes to have another match with her if she ever resurfaces. You know, she did a little joke there. But yeah. So that was really cool. And then the second panel was Charlotte Flair and the Hardys, so they kept it North Carolina specific. But I asked Charlotte, she had a moment with Kairi Sane at the Royal Rumble, and was asking, can we expect to see those two square off, between now and WrestleMania next year? And all she said was, "I hope so." That's all she said. So she kept it simple. But I really enjoyed these panels. These panels are really good. Let's see, what other panels did I go to? Oh, went to the Rachel Lee Cook panel, which was a lot of fun. But I did ask her about the difficulties, voicing, bringing the voice of Tifa to life. And I also mentioned that the original Final Fantasy VII game didn't have voiceovers; it was all text, and she didn't even know that. She actually didn't even know that. So I don't know. Like, I enjoyed the panel, but it just seemed kind of silly that Rachel Lee Cook didn't really know a lot about the game or know much about Final Fantasy or just in general, and I just thought it was kind of funny. But I mean, it is what it is. It was still a fun panel, and everybody enjoyed her. She was super, super sweet. Definitely one of my favorites to meet and talk to. She was phenomenal. She was phenomenal. Uh, let's see. Went to the Fantasy Super Cosplay Wrestling event the first night, and it was pretty cool. It was entertaining. So pretty much, you got a bunch of the different pro wrestlers dressed up as different characters, like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Skeletor, uh, the Luigi, like just a bunch of different characters. Unfortunately, in the main event, whoever the wrestler was that was playing Spider-Man got injured. He attempted a 450 splash, but pretty much landed on his head, and yeah, he had to be rushed to a hospital. But I do hope whoever that was, I hope he's okay and was able to make a recovery, if not immediately, very very speedy. But yeah, it's just unfortunate when things like that happen. People talk so much about wrestling's fake, and I get that, but you can still get seriously hurt if you don't know what you're doing, or you know, if you botch a move or anything like that, you can still get seriously injured. So definitely keep that in mind. Let's see. Also went to what other panels did I go to? Oh yeah, I went to the Dragon Ball Z Goku and Vegeta panel, which that was very entertaining with Chris Sabat and Sean Schimmel. That was a good panel. That was a really good panel. And I went to both Queens of Combat wrestling panels or shows on Friday and Saturday nights, and those are really good. Seeing the Queens of Combat in action, and I was front row to both of those, so that was really cool. Um, but yeah, that's the biggest gist of the panels that I went to. Like I said, they were pretty good overall. Good panels. I did do a little bit of shopping because I couldn't resist. Let's be honest, I couldn't resist. But I did get some more pop figures and a shirt. So let me get the shirt out of the way. Shout outs to Beautiful Nightmare and Hollywood Cinema of Team Galgo Wrestling Podcast. Galgo as a geek out with games out. They tricked me into getting this Shinsuke Nakamura shirt. It looks so cool, and I did kind of eye it, but I tried to resist and I couldn't. They talked me out of it. So, and this was the last one that they had in my size. So I mean, yeah, I couldn't resist. All right, for my pop figures, we got the Persona 5 first series lineup. First up, we got Mona, aka Morgana. We got Skull, it's Ryuji. We got Panther. We got An. And we have, of course, the leader, Joker. So yeah, I thought these were really really cool, and yeah, they had all four of them there. They're from the first series. I can't wait until they release the others. Definitely looking forward to getting those. But but yeah, they did a great job with the game room this year. They did it at the Marriott, and they had free Red Bull. They had free Red Bull all weekend. It looks like Red Bull was one of the sponsors for the gaming room this year. So, and just how they had everything arranged was really cool. Everything was lit, so it wasn't like a dark room or anything like that. Only thing was they didn't have the arcade cabinet group. They didn't have that this year, so I was kind of surprised. But it's all good. The game room, of course, was ran by the folks at Carolina Game Summit. But definitely kudos on the setup. They had a couple of couches there as well. Some fridges with free Red Bull. Got to try a sugar-free Red Bull for the first time. It was actually pretty good. I was shocked. I didn't expect it to taste good. But other than the getting a chance to hang out with friends, coming across some random dance ciphers, that was pretty much GalaxyCon. They had food trucks, had a lot of cool stuff in the dealer's room and the artist alley. The celebrities, we had a great lineup. Although, the meeting of celebrities, is expensive. That's the one thing with GalaxyCon. You better have your wallet full if you are to attend, because it's expensive to meet all these celebrities. They charge a fee. So, yeah, it's expensive. So, but overall, I really, really enjoyed this con. This was a really great con. Some may ask me, Blitzball Champ, would you say that it was better than MomoCon? Uh, That's tough. That's tough because MomoCon was fun and unique in its own way. I don't think I could put one over the other. I think well, I think probably I would give the edge to MomoCon only because I went with my crew. So it would get a slight edge. It would get a slight edge over GalaxyCon. Only because the venue was huge and because I went with the crew. So that's the edge that I give it over GalaxyCon. So MomoCon I'd have to pick, but still GalaxyCon was still an amazing event. Um but yeah, and it was just I think probably the only negatives were parking. So the parking lot that I usually park next to off of South Street, that's like pretty much near the new hotel that's next to the convention center. That was blocked off the whole weekend. So I had to do the convention center parking, but it was still only $7 for the whole day. So I can't complain. It was 7 for the whole day. So I mean, it is what it is. But and some celebrities like charged a lot. Like Tim Curry, some of my friends were telling me that Tim Curry, which is a big name, I get it. He's a big name. He's a veteran in the movie industry. I think an autograph was like $90 or something like that, and to talk to him for 30 seconds it was $100, and to talk to him for another 30 for a minute, you had to pay another $100. Like that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, you could be Michael Jordan, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's the one edge I will give Animazement over GalaxyCon is what celebs they do have there. They do pictures and autographs for free. So that's the one edge I give Animazement over GalaxyCon. But but yeah, great con. It was definitely good to see my friends. My whole crew wasn't able to wasn't able to make it, but a few members were. Austin and Elise. They brought their siblings, so thought that was really cool. But but yeah, I really feel like this event was ran pretty well. I thought the staff and everybody did a good job. Oh, one other negative, something that they really need to fix. I had to wait in line for them to open up Saturday, even though I already had my badge. They wouldn't even let VIPs in. Like, I feel like the whole purpose of getting your badge early is so you could skip the lines. That's the whole point of it. So the fact that everybody on Saturday had to line up, it wrapped all the way around to the back of the building, that's ridiculous. If you have a badge, you should be able to just walk in. Like, that line should have mainly only been for those that haven't gotten their badge yet. So that was really the only one thing staff related that I think that they need to fix, because that defeats the whole purpose of getting the badge early. You get the badge early so you can just walk in and not have to worry about lines. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are pretty much the only negatives that I had of this con. But but yeah. Uh oh, and of course the Sunny Chiba and Final Fantasy Q&A panel were both on Sundays. On Sunday, so I forget. I had to miss those because I was at the NXT Concord show. So that was a bummer. But still, it was fun. Overall, great con. Uh as far as next year, um, we'll see. My goal for next year is to go to E3 while it's still relevant. And I know that's gonna, really cost some PTO because the dates for that are June 9th through 11th. So that's a month before GalaxyCon. That's usually GalaxyCon is usually in July. Um, I'm a go, but I may have to sacrifice MomoCon and maybe GalaxyCon. But what I might try to do is I may still go to GalaxyCon next year, but just not all 4 days. I may just go like 2 days, 2 3 days maybe. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. But number one goal tomorrow for next year is to go to E3. Definitely want to go to E3 while it's still relevant before it all dies. So major goal for 2020. But that's it. Uh, those that haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check out my Galaxy 2019 highlight video. And also, leave your comments. Subscribe, give me a like. Let me know, share with me your GalaxyCon experiences. Like, what did everybody else think? What did they like? What did they not like? What do they want to see for next year's, Let me know what y'all think. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ signing off. Everybody have a blessed day, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.